Good morning to all. I am Sonakshi Majumdar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to teach you class 6th subject SST Geography chapter 5 Major Domains of the Earth. So let's start. You have already read in the first chapter that the earth is the only place on which life exists. Human beings can exist here because the life sustaining elements of land, water, and air are present on the earth. The Earth's surface is a complex zone in which three main components of the environment meet, overlap, and interact. The solid portion of the Earth on which human beings live is known as the lithosphere. The gaseous layer that surrounds the Earth is known as the atmosphere, where oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and other gases are exist. A very big area of the Earth's surface covered with water. This area is known as hydrosphere. The hydrosphere comprises water in all its forms, that is, ice, water, and water vapor. The narrow zone where we find land, water, and air together, which contains all forms of life, is termed as the biosphere. Next is lithosphere. The lithosphere is the solid portion of the earth. It comprises the rocks of the earth's crust and the thin layers of soil that contain nutrient elements which sustain organisms. There are two main divisions of the surface of the earth. The large land masses are called the continents, and the huge water bodies are known as the ocean basins. All the oceans of the world are interconnected. It is important to note that the level of seawater remains the same everywhere. Elevation of land is measured from the level of the sea, which is taken as zero. Mount Everest is the highest mountain peak. It is 8,848 meters above the sea level. The greatest depth of 11,022 meters is recorded at Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. Are you amazed to know the depth of sea is much more than the highest point? Continents. There are seven major continents, and these are separated by large water bodies. These seven continents are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia, and Antarctica. See the map of the world, figure 5.1, and notice that the greater part of the land mass lies in the northern hemisphere. Asia is the largest continent. About one third of the total land area of the earth is covered by it. The continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. The Ural Mountains on the west separate Asia from Europe. The combined landmass of Europe and Asia is known as Eurasia, that is, Europe plus Asia. Next is Europe. Europe is comparatively much smaller than Asia. The continent lies to the west of Asia. The Arctic Circle passes through it. It is bound by water bodies on three sides. See the map of the world and locate it. The second largest continent after Asia is Africa. The equator or 0 degree latitude runs almost through the middle of the continent. A greater part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. See the figure 5.1, you will notice that it is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer and the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn pass. The Sahara Desert is the world's largest hot desert. It is located in Africa. The continent is bound on all sides by oceans and seas. See the world map. You will observe that world's longest river, the Nile, flows through Africa. The third largest continent of the world is North America. It is linked to South America by a very narrow strip of land known as the Isthmus of Panama. The continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. This continent is surrounded by three oceans. South America lies mostly in the southern hemisphere. The Andes, world's longest mountain range, runs through its length from north to south. The world's largest river, the Amazon, flows through South America. Next is Australia. Australia is the smallest continent. It lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. It is surrounded on all sides by the oceans and seas. It is also known as an island continent. Next is Antarctica. Antarctica is a huge continent. It completely lies in the southern hemisphere. The South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent. It is located in the South Polar region and so it is permanently covered with thick ice sheets. There are no permanent human settlements here. Several countries have research stations in Antarctica. India also has research stations there. These are named as Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. The Earth is known as the blue planet. More than 71% of the Earth is covered with water. The rest of 29% is with land. Hydrosphere consists of water in all its forms, as running water in oceans and rivers and in lakes, ice in glaciers, underground water and the water vapor in atmosphere. All comprise the hydrosphere. More than 97% of the Earth's water is found in the oceans. However, this water is too salty for human consumption. A large portion of the rest of the water is in the form of ice sheets and glaciers or under the ground. A very small percentage is available as fresh water for human consumption. Hence, despite being a blue planet, a shortage of water is faced by us. Oceans comprise the major part of hydrosphere. Oceans are all interconnected. The ocean's water are always moving. There are three chief movement of oceans of water. These are the waves, the tides and the ocean currents. There are four major oceans. These are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean in order of their size. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean. It is spread over one third of the earth. The deepest part of the earth, known as the Mariana Trench, lies in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is almost circular in shape. It is surrounded by Asia, Australia, North and South Americas. The second largest ocean in the world is the Atlantic Ocean. It is S-shaped. It is flanked by the North and South Americas on the western side, the Europe and Africa on the eastern side. The coastline of Atlantic Ocean is highly indented. This irregular and indented coastline are ideal location for natural harbors and ports. From the point of view of commerce, it is busiest ocean. The only ocean named after a country is the Indian Ocean. It is named after India. The ocean is almost triangular in shape. In the north, it is bound by Asia, in the west by Africa, and in the east by Australia. The Arctic Ocean is located within the Arctic Circle. It surrounds the North Pole, a narrow stretch of shallow water known as Bering Strait connects the Arctic Ocean with Pacific Ocean. It is bounded by northern coast of North America and Eurasia. The Earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called the atmosphere. This is the thin blanket of air and it is an integral and important aspect of the planet. The air that we breathe is provided by the atmosphere. It also protects us from the harmful effects of sun rays. The atmosphere extends up to a height of about 1600 kilometers. On the basis of composition, temperature, and other properties, the atmosphere is divided into 5 layers. These layers, starting from Earth's surface, are known as the troposphere, the stratosphere, the mesosphere, the thermosphere, and the exosphere. The atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen. It makes up about 99% of clean, dry air. Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, and other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, and other comprises 1% by volume. Oxygen is the lifeline of living being while nitrogen is required in the growth of living organism. Carbon dioxide is present in minute amount but it is very important as it absorbs heat radiated by the earth thereby keeping the planet warm. It is also very essential for the growth of plants. The density of the atmosphere varies with height. At the sea level, it is maximum. It decreases rapidly as we go up. Due to this decrease in the density of air, a climber experiences problems in breathing when he goes up in the atmosphere. He has to carry with him oxygen cylinder to be able to breathe at high altitudes. The temperature also decreases as we go upward. A pressure is exerted by the atmosphere on the earth. This differs from place to place. While high pressure is experienced by some areas experience low pressure. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure. Moving air is known as wind. Biosphere, the domain of life. The narrow zone of contact between the land, water, and air is known as the biosphere. It is in this zone that life that is unique of this planet exists. There are a large varieties of species of organisms. They differ in size from microbes and bacteria to huge mammals. All the living beings, including humans, are linked to each other and to the biosphere for survival. The organism in the biosphere may broadly be divided into two categories, the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. The three domains of the earth not only interact with each other but also affect each other in some way or the other. For example, cutting of forest for fulfilling our requirements of wood or clearing land for agriculture may lead to fast removal of soil from slopes. In the same way, the surface of the earth may be changed due to natural calamities such as earthquake. For example, there could be submergence of land as happened in the case of tsunami recently. Parts of Andaman and Nicobar Island were submerged underwater. Discharge of waste material into lakes and rivers makes the water unsuitable for human consumption. Other forms of life are also damaged by it. Air is polluted by the emission from industries, thermal power plants, and vehicles. Carbon dioxide is an important constituent of air, but any increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in air results into increase in global temperatures. This is known as global warming. Thus, it is very essential to limit the use of resources of the earth so that the balance of nature between the domains of the lithosphere, the atmosphere, and the hydrosphere be maintained. Okay, students, so this chapter is completed. Now you have to complete the notes. I will send you the PDF and you can complete your notes in good handwriting. Till then, bye, take care, thank you.